supported by we're gonna be addressing a topic today that interests me, not for the reasons you think. I am not non-binary, as I believe in two genders. But the reason I want to watch this video by Tinder is because I was thinking about sort of what exactly is gender? You know, what is sex? What is all of that good stuff? And when did this switch happen? You know, I am Gen Z. A lot of people believe that we have no grasp on reality. The truth is, the men seemingly do, as most of us lean Republican and more so towards the sciences, whereas the women seem to be going off the rail. No offense if you're a Gen Z woman, but that's just how the stats are dispersing. But I do remember gender and sex always being interchangeable, at least when I was a child, on paperwork, I'm almost certain. But also in my head, those words always meant the same thing. I always saw gender as sort of the PG-13 way to say it, because sex obviously could mean something else. And so my little kid brain was like, okay, gender is the thing between my legs, right? That's what it's describing. But probably around the time I was in high school, all of that shifted. We all know around 2014, 15, 16, the world went insane. I did a video in the past. I'll link it in the comments about gender and the LGBT community in general. Why it's a god awful community, and its concept, and that shouldn't be supported by gay and bisexual and lesbian people. It's sort of how it victimizes children. But this is going to be more so a deep dive on what is non-binary and specifics. I think I do want to cover a lot more of these, like, specifically, so that we can nip them in the bud and have a more clear view on each. My understanding before we start this of non-binary, it's a group of people that genuinely want to be special. They don't have too much going on in their lives. I don't mean this in a rude or mean way. This is just how it appears to me and all of the people I've seen say that they are. Typically middle to upper class, maybe religious parents, and this is their way of, like, fighting against that. Not too much attention from parents, or at least not enough positive or directive attention. It's trying to say you don't fit into any particular gender. You don't fit as a male or female, which is just untrue. Typically, I see is mostly women. Typically, they're just fucking women. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if I look at them, I can typically tell. But even if you can't tell from how they look, I guarantee their personality traits or the way they speak will immediately give away what they are, or what they are closest to. But let's just get into the video. I've yapped enough. Let's see. Maybe they'll change my mind. Maybe I'm non-binary.
Experiences that people have that cause them to question, like, hey, maybe I don't actually fit into the definition of, you know, man or woman.
This is a dude or a woman on T because of the voice.
Woman, and that there's something else.
All right, let's read this. Non-binary. Adjective, relating to or being a person who identifies with or expresses a gender identity that is neither entirely male nor entirely female. So this falls apart due to the fact they want to say gender is this massive spectrum, as non-binary would not... Every group that doesn't identify as man or woman would immediately fall into this non-binary. Because they would also be out of the binary. So then it gets really goofy, but let's continue.
Hi, I'm Danny, and I identify as non-binary.
I'm Lindsay, and I identify as non-binary.
My name is Fang. I identify as non-gendered person.
So we got two men and one woman.
I'm Francois. I identify as genderqueer.
This one's
My name is
confusing.
James, and I identify as non-binary.
This is a man, I'm pretty sure.
Non-binary is someone whose gender doesn't fall within the context of the binary that we set up in society.
I am not male, I'm not female. I'm somewhere floating around in there.
Non-binary means...
This is where they fucked up. All right, I'm going to explain something very basic to all of you guys. This is great for even the people who are they're going to staunchly defend the idea that there are like a billion genders, right? What they said is that they are not male or female, which is quite literally a scientific impossibility. Even intersex people will fall in line with one of these things more so than the other. And a doctor will assign a sex at that point, right? But when you're talking about male and female, that is not gender whatsoever. That is sex. That person is born as either a male or female. You cannot change that. It is quite literally impossible to rewrite chromosomes and give you a new body. Like maybe if we could take the brain out and put you in a new body, if there are body donors who no longer, maybe if we figure that out, if we figure out brain transplants, we can have body donors and then you can actually switch your gender as much as possible, right? Or your sex, whatever you want to call it. But you are male or female. Like, there's no discussion. You could say you don't want to identify as whatever. You're male or female. There's only two options. You're not special.
Acknowledging
you're not special. I'm very sorry.
For me,
it
means
man.
that I'm not identified with any specific gender, like male, female, or other things.
Is part of a larger kind of goal of questioning these assumptions about gender and questioning why there only need to be two.
It gives me the freedom to express myself. If I wake up one day and I want to spike my hair and do punk rock makeup, I can do it.
Why can't you do that as a male or a female? Or a boy or a girl? Or a man or a woman? I don't understand that. It's this weird eradication of the idea of you guys remember tomboys? I thought they were fucking hot, man. I've always been a tomboy fan. I've been a goth fan. I think tomboys are the hottest females on this planet, okay? Damn near. I love me a fucking tomboy, okay? I do. Okay? Sue me. I think tomboys are super hot. This eradication of them existing has been fucking insane to me. We went from the feminist movement destroying this idea that, like, gender roles don't have to be set in stone, which I agree with, right? They don't have to be for every single person on Earth. But you guys went from that to saying, well, if you like these things, you're no longer a woman, which is super sexist and kind of fucked up to the woman who, like, did all that fighting that you guys want to take the credit for. The actual women who were probably just tomboys and were like, I'm still a woman. I just want to play sports and, like, I like beer. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, you're completely destroying these groups. You can do all that stuff. This is where femboys come from. I don't understand why you can't be a male or female and do either or both. There are very feminine women who go out and look super feminine, but they love sports. Like, this is possible.
Couple of decades, some designer decides that men's shorts are, suddenly 5 inches shorter or 5 inches longer. In the 70s, if you look at what men were wearing, they were like Rockettes, like shorts were up to here, and now it's like, get it, down to the knee. Non-binary is freedom from that whole game. It's like, I don't care what the men's department.
Not really, because you guys still recognize all of this clothing as male and female. So if you put on a dress, you're consciously making the decision, I want to look more feminine today. So you're not escaping shit. You're just telling yourself, well, may look feminine, but I'm totally not. And no one believes that because, unfortunately, for some identifiers, society decides that, not you. You don't get to decide what you are most of the time. That's just not how it works.
Marshall suddenly has decided that, like, men need to wear. I'm gonna go for what makes me feel more authentic.
I tend to say gender is dependent on context and point of view.
To me, it just makes me comfortable that I can just be this body that I have.
You're not comfortable with your body because you're trying to change what it is. That is the whole point of this. What I see these groups as are people desperately trying to be special and trying to gain approval from everyone else. This is why I think men push back on this more than women, because we have an innate sense to immediately dislike people who are trying desperately to gain our approval. You don't gain respect that way. You don't gain respect by begging and asking for it or trying to force it. You do it by performing actions that are respectable, right? As a leader, when you look out for your guys, right? Like when you look out for the people you are in charge of, that is what earns respect. You can't order respect. You can try. People may pretend to respect you, but when it comes down to it, would they take a bullet for you? Probably not. Would they help you? Probably not. Would they go out of their way to help you? Probably not. You're intolerable as a group, as a collective, because of this. You are so desperate for us to agree with you that it is disgusting to, I think, most men. It's just a natural biological thing. Like if I see someone like desperately look for my approval, I look uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable. I don't like it. It's so weird. But if somebody's just like, they exist and I like them, it's a completely different thing. This whole non-binary thing, you're still a man or a woman. You're still a male or female. Man means you're talking about a man, basically. Like man is same thing as male. Same with woman. Woman, you are talking about females. Like that's in the definition of the word female. It is in reference to an adult human female. So you're still a man and you're still a woman. Those are just two different words for male and female, but they're identifying that you're an adult version of what that is. So who are you? Like if somebody identifies you as a man or a woman, they're not wrong if that's what you were born as. It's just the facts. I don't understand why you need this to be different. You can do all of what they've said so far as a man or a woman. There are men that wear dresses. There are women that wear fucking male jeans, fucking do-rags and shit. Like what? No one cares. Like no one cares. It's so weird. People care, but you know what I'm saying? Like fight for that instead of making bullshit up.
Cis gay male. Cisgender is when your gender identity.
This is why I hate this shit, because you guys add shit onto like our identifiers, but if we call you what you are, we're bigots. Like I'm not cis anything. I'm a man. Man is already an identifier of what I am. Same with male. Like these are identifiers of what I am that are scientifically accurate. You don't need cis anything. We aren't different. We are the norm. You are the one trying your damnedest to be different. Adding shit onto us to try to fit into your game of adding on fucking adjectives and fucking just adding words onto shit just makes no sense to me. So stupid.
Aligns with the gender that you were assigned at birth based on your anatomy. I saw myself as a cis man and just thought, well, I paint my nails and I wear lipstick, but I'm a cis man. And I knew what...
Literal millions of men do this, most likely. Actually, not even only gay men paint their nails.
Genderqueer was.
Like, there's a lot of reasons this could happen.
I knew of them.
Fucking Cell did it, bro. Okay, Itachi did it. Come on, guys. Come on.
And I was like, I support it, I love it, but it's over
Itachi's
there.
more man than me, okay?
I identified as male before. I didn't really feel comfortable fitting into the masculine or male environments or just seeing.
In short, I was a little beta bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean like that. That's what's coming in. That's what's coming on. I couldn't handle testosterone in the air. I couldn't handle like getting along with other men, which is fine. But like, I think most gay people, for what I've witnessed in my own life, and for what it appears, have female friends, and they are still men. That person is still a man. They just have female friends. Like, this is so stupid to me.
Myself as a man.
What is the difference here? Like, what do you say you don't see yourself as? Like, that shit makes no sense. What is a man? Like, we know what a man is. It is an adult human male. That is a man. That is the definition. It always has been. So, like, what do you mean you don't see yourself?
As a child, I always like.
You fucking blind? You fucking deaf? Like, you, not you, person before. Are you blind and deaf? Are you unable to comprehend what the fuck's happening around you? Like, what are you confused about here?
My mother's makeup and her lipstick.
I identified quite a while before I came out to people.
I started identifying as non-binary when I was 17. I just knew that calling myself a woman and calling myself a girl did not feel accurate and did not feel good and did not feel like
That makes no fucking sense because you are a girl, or you were a girl at the time, now you're a woman. So, like, it doesn't matter what it feels like. What do you mean? It's a word. Like, there's no feeling behind this word. It's literally a scientific identifier. I don't feel like a mammal today, guys. Call me a reptile. Shit, I feel cold-blooded. The fuck does that mean? Like, they would look at me like I'm crazy. Like, sir, go to the hospital. You're not leaving here until you're fixed.
Home to me at that time in my life anymore.
It's not complicated. You guys are actually, like, just...
Most people are still very confused about trans identity, non-binary.
We're not confused.
Gender fluid.
Even though it's 2019, it's not something that everybody runs and be like, oh, you're genderqueer, yay, hugs and kisses, we love you still.
The hardest thing about coming out at 17 is no one believes you. Everyone is like, wow, that's a really cute phase you're having.
Even when I'm saying what I identify with, people still have...
If everyone identified as non-binary, these exact same people would identify as what they were born as. Guarantee. It's all an attention thing. 90% of it is, in my opinion. This is obviously mental illness that's untreated, but also I think it's a desperation to be seen as different. I'm going to tell everyone I'm non-binary now, and now they're going to ask me questions. They're going to try to, like, see more about me. I'm going to be different from everyone else. I'm special. I'm part of this 0.001% of society. That's all it is. It's like people who cheat in ranked. You know what I'm saying? In a video game. Same shit. Exact same mentality.
Imagination of what that means.
Most people are going to assume that
I don't fit in.
One of
I don't fit in. Yeah, I'm sure no tom girl has ever felt this in history. Or tomboy. What the fuck is wrong with me? Have I been saying tom girl this whole time? tomboy.
two genders, a man or a woman. And so every single day, you have to be correcting them and you have to be declaring.
You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. This is why people don't like you. It has nothing to do with. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, in my real life. Like if somebody said this to me, I would not give a fuck. I'd be like, okay, whatever. Like if I'm working with this person, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like, can you give me this, and so I could like continue work. I don't give a fuck. Like, there's no hatred from that. The thing is, you guys get fucking annoying. If I call you a fucking woman, like, hey, all women have to use that bathroom, and you give me some bullshit speech, like, you're fucking annoying. Like, fuck you. Just the fuck up. I don't care. Like, keep all this shit to yourself, and we're cool. Like, I don't understand what keep this to your friend group. Keep this to your personal circle that want to deal with this. We don't need a lecture about gender and sex every time we talk to you, because you're the one in the wrong. You're asking everyone to go against literal basic biology for you. This is a selfish request, right? Like, we all have selfish requests in our lives. I guess if you have a nickname and you ask people to call you that, that's a selfish request. And people will do that for you. Like, if I want to be called something, like, people will do that for you if they wish to. But if they don't, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Nothing. Like, that's just how it is. I don't understand this.
Pretty much every new person that you meet.
People often misgender me. Like, the second I leave New York, I get called ma'am, like, to my face.
A lot of times people
from New
get
York.
pronouns
No!
right
I'm from New York too.
twice, and
course.
then I find it's often the third time that people start slipping.
A lot of people think
Because
that
you're
we're
a-
transitioning for
you're a
some
nigga.
reason.
Some people say,
You're a guy.
oh, so are you going through transition right now? And some people ask me, so do you still have a vagina?
Simplest way to ask about gender if you don't know someone is,
Hey friend, what are your pronouns? That's it.
A lot of us are very different. Some people are like, don't misgender me, and it's a big thing. And I understand that, really, I do.
Personally, I'm always very open and happy to talk to people about it.
The reason they get emotional is because you're breaking their illusion in their head, right? It's like if Itachi from Naruto can put you in a genjutsu, right? You know how he does that with Tsukuyomi? Points at you, you're in a genjutsu, and all you have to do is say, I am male, and then it breaks it. So he would get like pissed because he'd be like, bro, what the fuck? You breaking my illusion so easily. It's the same thing, basically. Like, it's an illusion in their head, and every time you say that, it's just breaking it. It's pissing them off. It's like, bro, why do you so desperately need everyone else to play pretend with you? Why? Like, they never ask themselves this question. I think enough people aren't asking them, like, why? Like, what makes you special? Why do you think that is special? Everyone damn near is doing it nowadays, right? Everybody's something special. If everyone's special, no one is. Unfortunately for you guys, everybody my age, not everybody, but like half of the people my age are doing this shit. You guys aren't special. Unfortunately, Gen Z got it in their heads that this is the norm. And it's not a special thing anymore. Like, non-binary, cool. No one gives a fuck. You're not going to get the attention you're craving.
I remember a few times I went on job interviews and I dressed like how I am. And I did very, very well in the first interview. And they're like, oh, you did so well. Just when you come next time, can you dress like a boy? It's especially challenging in dating.
No one really.
I don't believe him. I'll be honest, I don't think a job. What job? It depends on the job. Like, there's not enough information there, but I don't believe them personally. They could be telling the truth. It's not like a big problem. I'm just saying I don't believe them.
Deal with you and whether they're allowed to be attracted to you, really.
Some people, they just say they want to date men.
To be a teen.
No
one really knows how to deal with you and whether they're allowed.
Oh yeah, because you're fucking annoying. I'm telling you right now. I guarantee, ask anyone here who has like genuine people like this in their lives or who have run into these people, because you don't have them in your lives. Let's be honest. This is the most annoying fucking group of people. People who try to identify out of the like binary. Absolutely. I'm not talking about like just non-binary, but just everyone with the fucking made up genders. Guarantee they have been some of the most insufferable motherfuckers, most emotionally unintelligent, the most easy to offend, the most bitch-made, easy life motherfuckers on planet Earth. Their life is so easy that they do this in order to feign some kind of struggle in their life to present to the world. Most of these people don't know what fucking struggle is. This looks like someone who struggled? Fuck no. You know who struggled? Me, okay? I'm the only one on Earth that has struggled. But, like, it's all seriousness. Like, this is someone who struggled. I guarantee most struggle in their life probably came from a choice they're making, which is this. And I guarantee it's nothing compared to what, like, I don't know, the average low-income black family goes through. My cousin just got shot. Oh, my brother just got shot. Well, how will I ever understand the pain of a non-binary person? By the way, that didn't happen to me. I'm just saying, like, just any low-income family, I guarantee middle to upper class, any lower-income family has a significantly difficult life, regardless of their race or fucking gender, than, like, most of these people. If your gender or being called the wrong name is the worst thing you go through on a daily basis, your life is so fucking easy that I don't give a fuck. Like, your struggles mean nothing to me. There are a billion different issues on this planet, and we need to solve those before we get to your bullshit. Okay? Like, I'm just sorry. There are people dying everywhere. There are people who don't have food, people who don't have water. They don't have drinkable water. There are people who are fucking missing. Like, there's a lot of shit going on in people's everyday lives. My sympathy for this shit is like zero. I don't care. And the issue is that you guys always, not you guys watching, I'm sure the people watching probably agree with me at this point. But the issue is all the people that feign this shit, that go over all this, always try to say, why do you guys care so much? Like, you haven't been in the media in the courtrooms trying to change fucking laws. Like, you haven't been trying to change society to enforce everyone to accept bullshit that isn't true. Like, don't act like you don't force this in everyone's face. Don't act like this isn't all up in your Twitter bios, all up in your Instagram bios. Don't act like this isn't your entire personality, because this is everyone's experience with these group of people. Everyone isn't crazy. There's a crazy group involved in this, and it's not me. So, shit.
Allowed to be attracted to you, really?
Some people, they just say...
Is she attractive?
Deal with you?
They want to date men.
The worst is whenever someone's
I didn't have to think about it. I just had an answer because it's, I mean, whatever.
A penis, right? People will be very fixated with anatomical gender.
Why? What? People care about your sex? What? Even in dating? Because this is from Tinder? People care about what's between your legs? People are attracted to certain body... Oh, fuck, man. Why? Why?
You can't be seen as heterosexual. You can't be seen as homosexual. And so when you try to date a girl, it's like, you're too feminine. You're not masculine enough. And you try to date a guy who's gay and he's like, you're not masculine enough, or you're too feminine or something. It's always something.
This is not a non-binary issue. This is every day. Some men are not masculine enough for some women. Some women aren't feminine enough for some men. You see this fucking shit. If you have gazed upon the internet for more than 2 seconds, you would see this argument between like red pill Christians, fucking new age feminine. Like, you would see this everywhere. Some men just are like, this has nothing to do with non-binary. You could be a man or a woman. It's exactly.
I think people's knowledge of this is definitely getting a lot better with time.
We're becoming more relatable. People are seeing us for who we are. And so I think that brings about this general air of acceptance.
I think the future of gender identity, hopefully, is one where we don't force the binary on everybody.
I think the future of gender identity...
You mean like how you guys are trying to force, maybe not him in general, but how you guys are trying to force babies to identify as non-binary? You guys know what they bees are? You think that's okay because it fits your narrative? You think that's like acceptable? Do you think you're not being a hypocrite there? I think you guys like completely lost the plot. It's why everybody's
so
like
more,
so over it.
Like colorful and wide and different and like varied as we think it even can be.
I hope that the future will move towards more of individual expression rather than this mob mentality to follow the crowd.
The fact that you guys can't feel like individuals and express yourselves while being scientifically accurate proves that you aren't as different or special as you think you are. It proves that you are very much so lame. Like, definition of lame. Like, just straight up textbook definition of lame. You have no creativity if that's the case. Some of the best minds, some of the most creative people identify in that binary. The fact you can't express yourself without trying to get out of that proves that you never had anything special to begin with. You're not this person. I'm trying to speak as the group. You're fucking nobody in the grand scheme of things, and you always will be if this is your mentality that you have to escape reality in order to feel special. If you can't make it in reality, then you're not making it anywhere, because that's all we fucking got as of right now. So
proud to be like everybody else.
It's desperation to be accepted.
We can all just pass through this phase of trying to categorize it.
It's not a phase. This is like literal science.
Categorize people and just take them
we can't go past the phase of science or we all die. Like,
as what they are.
being able to reclaim our narratives.
Oh my
I
God.
think that's the next step. Is
What do you mean
that trans voices are
reclaim?
the ones speaking
What
for trans
narrative?
people, and non-binary voices become the ones speaking for non.
How are you trans if you're non-binary? I'm so confused. What do those two have to do with each other? Those are not even the same thing. This is what I'm talking about. This is why the LGBT community fails constantly. You guys are not facing the same issues. A trans person's issues wouldn't even be the same fucking thing. What are you talking about? You guys said that you were non-binary. What the fuck does that have to do with trans? Non-binary is saying that you don't fit within any gender, but trans are actively trying to switch over and identify as the opposite gender. So what the fuck are we talking about? It's like, yes, let's throw our issues together because we can speak adequately on someone with fucking gender dysphoria that makes them want to be another gender, whereas your gender dysphoria makes you think that you don't have one. Very different people. This is why we need mental health institutions for people like this. We shouldn't have just dismantled all of them. We should have worked harder to improve them and make sure people are being treated like fucking humans and actually treated and not tortured. We could have done that, and I think we should. And yeah, like, I don't even know what to say. I think I've made my point pretty clear. We are in Delulu land, and unfortunately my generation has been the biggest victims. I blame millennials for doing this shit. It really started with you guys. Gen X is pretty cool. Later, guys. Let me know what you think. Are you non-binary? Can I be a choo-choo train if I ask hard enough? And yeah, later.